Miss Dietitian, I'm a Muslim and during the month of Ramadan I fast from dawn till dusk. While fasting, I don't eat or drink anything. Do you have any tips for fasting during exams?
That's a very good question. This year's fasting is mainly in the month of May with a few days in June. Fortunately, fasting will have started a week before the majority of the core exams, which will help with the initial teething issues when starting to fast, such as headaches and dehydration. Along with a change in routine where meals are eaten during the nighttime hours, there is also the hot, long days to consider. The nighttime hours will be around 5.5 to 6 hours during the month of May, with up to 18-hour fasts, so it's important to plan ahead. It is very important that you do not miss your iftar and suhoor. These meals are your vital sources of energy and nutrients to keep your memory and concentration at optimum levels. Choose foods from all the main food groups, such as whole grains from starchy carbohydrates, combined with lean proteins, combined with plenty of vegetables and fruits. Oily fish, such as mackerel, sardines, salmon, trout and herring, can enhance your ability to learn and retain information, improve critical thinking skills and enhance your brain's level of functioning. So try to include oily fish in your diet once or twice a week as a source of omega-3. Alternatively, you can take a tablespoon of flaxseed or linseed oil per day or 25 to 30 grams of walnuts per day. For iftar, choose fluid-rich foods such as soups, stews and curries with plenty of sauce. Fruits and vegetables with high water content such as melons, celery and cucumbers, as it is very important to replace fluids lost during the day and to start the next day of fasting well hydrated. Sip plenty of fluids during iftar, tarawih, suhoor and in between. When going for snacks between iftar and suhoor, choose fresh fruits or dried fruits, popcorn, nuts and seeds over the sugary and high-fat desserts. For suhoor, drink plenty of fluids. Choose fluid-rich foods to make sure you're well hydrated for the day ahead. Go for starchy foods for energy, choosing high-fibre or whole grain varieties where possible, as they tend to be digested more slowly. Try to avoid caffeine, such as tea and coffee during suhoor, as it can prevent you from a good night's sleep and cause you dehydration. During the day, try to stay indoors and in the shade. If at any point while fasting you feel dizzy or become disorientated, then you must urgently drink regular, moderate quantities of water, ideally with sugar and salt, or a sugary drink or a rehydration solution. If you faint due to dehydration, your legs should be raised above your head by others, and when you wake up, you should urgently rehydrate yourself as mentioned before. After the day of exams, don't feel guilty to have a quick nap. This sleep is especially vital if you're planning on not sleeping after suhoor. However, it's better if you try to avoid the all-nighters, as a lack of sleep can affect your memory. A shower in especially warm weather is ideal after your quick nap, so you can get back to your studies well refreshed. The best time to revise will be just before iftar, after iftar, before suhoor, after suhoor and a couple of hours before your exam. While studying, take frequent breaks to improve your concentration and try to fit in at least 2 15-minute exercise breaks. And now I'd like to introduce a very special guest, Iman. Hello Iman, how did you complete your GCSEs last year while fasting in Ramadan?
At the beginning, I was revising as if it wasn't Ramadan, so I would wake up in the morning, normally like 2 hours earlier, revise, go to school, revise in school, come back home, revise, then suhoor and iftar, but I found that I was getting too tired and I couldn't do that, I wasn't remembering anything. So I decided to do something else where I would get home after an exam and go to sleep, and then I'll just sleep until iftar, and then from iftar I'd be awake, I'd break my fast and eat from iftar to suhoor whilst revising, and then I'd stay awake until my exam, in the morning, and then it would start again. So I'd come back home and I'd sleep. It's kind of like I became a vampire or whatever. I did everything at night, but it meant that I wasn't tired and I was revising when I had food in me, so I wasn't hungry because I couldn't concentrate when I was hungry.
And what foods did you eat at suhoor?
Yeah, so for suhoor, I found that porridge worked for me a lot, porridge with fruit and with honey, because it made me feel full for a much longer time. Not having a lot of salt in suhoor as well meant that I wasn't that thirsty during exams. Drink a lot of water during iftar, the time from iftar to suhoor.
How did you manage the all-nighters?
I'm not normally a coffee and tea person, but sometimes, especially for my 2 history exams, I had to resort to drinking coffee to pull all-nighters. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's going to be something that you're going to have to do at one point. But just make sure that you don't have an exam the day after that, because you're going to need to sleep as soon as you get home from exams.
And your salah?
In terms of Salah, I did my obligatory Salah, but I didn't do Tarawih only in the half term that you have between your exams, just because I couldn't fit it in. I was just too tired.
With all that hard work, you managed to get 12 9s and 1 8. Congratulations, Iman. You are an inspiration to us all. Thank you for watching. Please like this video and follow Conscious Bites. If you want to watch more videos like this one, then don't forget to subscribe.